Your Excellency, President Musa Bihi Abdi, ministers from Somaliland, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Hamjambo. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. We are delighted to receive our guests from the Horn of Africa, from Somaliland. This indeed is a historic occasion when for the first time a leader from that emerging country has been invited to come and visit our country. Welcome once again, Your Excellency, to the cradle of mankind. Now, as it has already been said, that Kenya and Somaliland enjoy a long historical relationship. They were both British colonies. Remember, they used to be, Somaliland was divided. There was Italian Somaliland, the French Somaliland, or the land of Afars and Isas, British Somaliland, and of course part of it was in Ethiopia and so on and so forth. Then independence came and British Somaliland united with Italian Somaliland to form the Federal Republic of Somalia. So, but before that time, we had very many people from Somaliland coming to Kenya, being brought by the British. It started when Lord Delamere came from the Horn on a horseback with people from Somaliland into Kenya. Then after that, because they are both British colonies, and the British had introduced the Somalis to guns and so on, they recruited people from Somaliland to come. They're the ones who formed the first King's African Rifles, KR, together with another team from Sudan, the Nubians. So they came here, and they fought along the British military in the First World War. After that, the various Kambi Somalis were established in our towns. If you go to Kisumu, you find Kambi Somali. In Kakamega, there's Kambi Somali. In Eldoret, there's Kambi Somali. In Nairobi here, there's Isili. So, Somaliland. And eventually, they became Kenyans at independence. So now they are Kenyans of Somaliland origin. So when the independence came, the then Prime Minister of the Federal Republic of Somalia invited my father, the late Raila Odinga, who was then the Vice President of the Republic of Kenya, to tour Somalia. And he went to Mogadishu and was taken around Somalia. I was later on shown pictures which were taken at that time. 1965 is when he did that tour. And then after that, of course, Somaliland had its own challenges, like Kenya has had, Somali as a republic. The experience of Somaliland and their brothers down the south is very similar to the British or the British English Cameroon and the French and French Cameroon. Exactly a similar situation exists in Somaliland. And then there was conflict. Just have conflicts all over around that time. With the fall of Berlin Wall, the great Soviet Union collapsed and many countries emerged out of it. Yugoslavia also collapsed. And out of the former Federal Republic of Yugoslavia, many countries emerged. Now you talk of Bosnia-Herzegovina, you talk of Slovenia, you talk of Croatia, you talk of Kosovo, and so on and so forth. Even Czechoslovakia split into the Czech Republic and Slovakia. So what has happened in Somalia, or what has happened in Somalia, is not different. I met the then Prime Minister, who was then the founding president of Somaliland, Mr. Mohammed Igal, when he came here, and he invited me to visit Somaliland. And against all the odds, I traveled to Hargeisa, via Addis Ababa, Dire Dawa, right into Hargeisa. And I spent 1 week there. I also went to the port of Berbera, down there. And I saw the challenges that we are going through. I also saw the kind of devastation that the country has gone through. A situation where you had a civil war and the military jets take off the MiGs from the airport and come back to bomb the civilian population in the same city with heavy bombs. And you could still see the skeletons of the people who had been killed by those bombs which had been dropped there. So they have a very sad history. But be that as it may, Somaliland has emerged. It has not been recognized. But as we all know, for a long time, the People's Republic of China was not recognized in the United Nations. It was Taiwan which was recognized. But eventually the world had no option but to recognize the People's Republic of China. I have had occasion to talk at international fora. I've talked at the UN, and I talked at the Chatham House in London. And I said, and I have no regrets, and I will say it again, I said that Somaliland is a reality that the world has to live with. That the world has to come to the reality and agree that Somaliland will continue to survive and exist as a country, and that the sooner the United Nations recognize this, the better for everybody. I know that this is not very complimentary, and I will be accused of interfering in the internal affairs of a several country. But this is an issue which African Union needs to address. African Union needs to open a conversation about the issue of Somaliland, just like they've done with the issues of Sahrawi. So this is what should happen here, that the AU need to wake up to the reality that it's not going to be possible again to bring these two countries together and recognize them as two separate countries. I'm not speaking on behalf of the Republic of Kenya. Here I'm talking as Raila Odinga. And of course, the president will discuss with you people, and but we are happy that you guys have come here, and that trade should thrive between these countries. When I was in Hargeisa, with all the challenges, but what I know was that money was moving. And this is something where the Somalis are very good at. And Somaliland has got a huge diaspora. Then in Canada, United States, New Zealand, Australia, all over the place, and the money keeps on moving. When I was there, I just told somebody to take money to Hawala here in Nairobi. And within half an hour, I received the money in Hargeisa. That's how they move. Money moves from New Zealand to Hargeisa within a very short period of time, as you know, because Somalis are very, very shrewd businessmen and women. So I want to tell our visitors that they're welcome to Kenya. As you can see here in Kenya, we are working together. We have what is called handshake. It is bringing two warring factions together and work together for the benefit of the country, to bring the country together so that the country can realize its God-given rights and potential. This is what we're trying to do here. So, Your Excellency, welcome to Kenya. And with those many remarks now, it is my pleasure to invite His Excellency to maybe come and greet the audience and say jambo. Your Excellency, you're welcome.